Okay, shalom, shalom. This is about it's a Shavuot, Feast of Shavuot. Now we're ending we count seven weeks, or seven Shabbat. We finish to count 49, and then we follow 50, which is the Shavuot. Why is Shavuot? It's because Shavuot from the word Shavua is a week. And because it's plural, it is Shavuot. So now our topic is concerning this Shavuot. What is the meaning of this Shavuot? We just celebrate Shavuot, Pentecost, What study we can learn about this Shavuot? So this is very deeper meaning, and in the Judaism is really very important ni siya nga time, because this is why they call this the night of the bride. Why is it called the night of the bride? There are so deeper meaning or study about this nga why he is called the night of the bride. Very beautiful story behind the letter. Very beautiful story, Peshat level, which is the interpretation of the Torah is a 4 level. So there we have the first is the plain one, the simple one, which is about the story, and so if you go there, very inspiring. But if you experience that in your life, the deeper meaning of the deeper unsay gipaabot sa Elohim para sa iyang mga katawhan, it is a very beautiful story, a love story from Elohim unto his people. So, you know, from for many years of learning the Torah, studying the Torah, applying the Torah in life, to walk with the Torah, it's not an easy life. Don't I tell you, it's not an easy life. For maybe people will say that you are a KJ, because you are separated people. So this is what required by Elohim. So not just physically ang imuhang pag-separate sa mga tao, but it as well sa imong mind and thoughts. So this mind and thoughts must be nourished by the Torah. By the Torah, I see the Torah. Why the Torah? Because from the beginning, from the Garden of Eden, the tree of life is the Torah. And that is what we need to nourish ourselves. To nourish ourselves is the Torah. Because there was two tree there. Two tree, which is the garden. In the Garden of Eden was the tree of life. Was Adam has to dress and to keep it, and other one is the tree of the knowledge of the good and evil. So Elohim was forbid Adam to eat the fruit of that tree. So he failed. So now we are here in this world. This is why we have to work out back to the Garden of Eden for the to have this different the cloth we have to wear back to this immortality. That is if you study with this deeply in the scripture, Yeshua, when he say in the wedding feast, in the wedding invitation, I mean, that his people, those bride, must wear a wedding garment. What is this wedding garment? This wedding garment is really the garment of your body. Is a physical, it's a immortal body that you have to cleanse to wear, to become a pure virgin. As Shaul said, I was exposed to as chaste virgin unto Mashiach. So now, how do you become say that Ruth is become a virgin unto to Elohim? I mean to who's this name? Boaz. How can be she's a virgin unto Elohim? So this is a very, very beautiful story. So we're gonna start with that story about Ruth. Okay, I go directly to the story. So we know the story of Ruth was she was a Moabite woman, and her husband died, namatay ang asawa, og si Naomi namatay ang asawa, og katong si Orpa namatay iyang asawa, yang bana. So si Naomi gipapili ila yang duha ka anak the daughter-in-law nga kung asa sila mo follow iyang gitagani ang free will bang iyang daughter-in-law. So we choose directly to Ruth. Ang reaction ni Ruth sa iyang pagsulti ni Naomi nga kanang kuan pabalikon na sa iyang mga kindred niya sa iyang mga iyang old iyang kuan ba sa iyang back to his life to the as a Moabite. But the attitude of Ruth was not so as iyang attitude is very kanang appreciated jud kaayo kay in spite she was came from a Moabite which is a pagan. Moabite is forbidden to be part of Israel. Di kali na siya makasulod sa Israel, but because what makes her join in the life of the community of the Jew is of Judah is what is her faith. Her faith, because he said to Naomi, your Elohim, my Elohim. Your people, my people. You see, the willingness of her to follow Naomi in spite wa siya kay balo kung unsay dangatan nila kay Naomi was totally empty after from all the destructive life she has in the what was that? I don't remember the place where she was when they left in Bethlehem and they went to I don't know the place. I don't remember the place. So moto nga niuban si Naomi sa iyang mother-in-law willingly. So wa siya kay baw. So by faith iyang giubanan iyang mother-in-law nga kanang kuan sa ilang kasakit ba in spite sa nakigkuan siya ba kanang kuan sa kasakit sa both man sila parehas man sila nga nay mga kanang ni iyang bana namatay wa sila mga anak ang ilang mga possession is totally empty. So now kay syempre they have to go back. So unsay na may inheritance si Naomi sa ilaha dito sa kuan sa kanang back to sa ilahang lugar which is from the Bethlehem. She's from Bethlehem. So Bethlehem means a house of bread. House of bread is a Torah. So they went back there together. So now ang attitude ni Ruth, she was why is it related this one to the Shavuot? Is because Shavuot is a time of harvesting the wheat, barley and wheat. So now in the commandments of Elohim, ang wheat is very important. Nganong ni-relate siya sa Shavuot? Why is also related to the Shavuot, the coming back of Mashiach is in Shavuot. This is what the Judaism has teach about that, the night of the bride. Why is it night of the bride? You have to understand why. You always questioning why. Because today, I know that there are many who believe that the coming back of Mashiach is in the 7th month. In the 7th month. Aw na. O magpa 7th month ka, maulahi ka. Wa ka kasabot sa unsay kuan, the plan of redemption. Wa mo kasabot sa plan of redemption according to the Torah. Why is it so? Why the in the Torah the high priest has to elevate the two loaves of bread with leaven in the temple? Why they have to do that? Why? It is 7 weeks. It is 50 is a jubilee. So what is you mean by jubilee? You go back again to the Torah. What does he mean? 50 is a year of release. 7 is a Shabbat. Shabbat. It is Shabbat. Is peace and shalom. Shalom. So dili na siya sa 7 month. Why is it it's like a thief in the night ang pagbalik ni Yeshua? Because you don't know the time, what time he will come back. That is the problem. You don't know the time because Shaul said in 1 Thessalonians, he said in the chapter 5:1, he said you don't need to know the timing. But ang kuan the season, you don't need to know the season, but you don't know the time. So kabalo sila sa season kano sa ang pagbalik sa Mashiach, but not the time, because the time is like is a thief. Pag ang kawatan mubalik sa mangawat dili ta kahibaw unsang orasa, but it is in the night, right? You have to relate in the night. So now, ang life ni Ruth, back to Ruth ta, ang life ni Ruth is kanang, si Ruth is kanang, she's so obedient to Naomi. She was so obedient to Naomi to do that. You know, she was glancing the unsay mahibilin sa kuan mga na harvest nila, mora iyang i-pick up. Mora kuhaon niya. So kana it is written in the Torah nga dili man nimo hutdon og harvest. Once mag-harvest gani ka, dili na nimo hutdon, binlan na nimo. What is the reason? Because the reason sa Elohim is para katong mga poor makakuha sila pagkaon sa harvest. So dili nimo akunon ta na ikaw asa tag-iya sa imuhang land, sa imuhang kuan, imong farm, dili na nimo tanan nimo dili na tanan nimo i-harvest na nimo. Magpabilin ka gamay ana. This same with the vineyard. Kung mag-harvest po ka sa mga grapes, dili na siya hutdo nimo harvest. You must imo nang binlan para sa mga pobre. Mo na purpose para sa mga pobre, makakuan sad sila og pagkaon sa during the harvest sa tag-iya sa farm. So that is the commandments of Elohim in the Torah. So now, because it is the harvest of the barley and the wheat. So why? We have to know what is the wheat. You know, when you remember the parable of Yeshua, kabahin sa wheat. You see? Nga dili to ibotong unsang kuan na kay wa ta kay baw ug kanang kuan ba magka ano sila ba, what is similar man gud na ang kuan, ang similar ang wheat ug ang kanang kuan, ang tares. Kay ang tares makita nimo mura similar gid siya ba, but they are the tares. So maibot ito nimo ang wheat. So this why is waiting for the harvest time. So what was this why Yeshua, he was throwing all this pag-harvest, makita nimo ang real nga wheat ug ang dili nga wheat. Kay ang wheat, ang tares, wala man bunga ang tares. Pabilin rin na siyang kanang mura na siya kanang balhibo. So ang wheat there is kanang grain siya. So now si Ruth, she was gleaning the ang attitude ni Ruth, ang attitude ni Ruth mo ay very special kaayo ani nga story. Kay si Ruth is picture of Giridim. Si Naomi Giridim. Is a both story of the two houses. The two houses, which is the house of Judah, present of Naomi, and the house of Israel, who were in the pagans, who came from the nation. We consider the pagans because they were lost their identity, and she's come from the pagans, and she by faith she joined the community of Judah. So there was bidding concerning kisay mo redeem ni Naomi, and it was Boaz who the perfect man who redeem. Can you imagine? By faith also si Boaz, obedient si Boaz. Kay ngano it is written in the Torah nga pag ang mamatyan ang imuhang brethren, kihanlan i-redeem to nimo kung unsay, kay wa na ikanang mo hairs ba, wala na hairs nga mo follow, because Naomi is kanang kuano siya, byuda na siya, walay lalaki ba nga mo follow sa ilang seed. So this why it needs from the tribe to redeem na ay mo redeem nila. The same atong nasa Torah pod nga katong ilahang wa na sila kuan ba, puros na lang sila babay. So niadto sila ni Moshe nga kuan, kisa may kunoy mo hair mo kuan sa mo padayon sa ilang hair nila. So si Moshe nag-ingon nga you have to go, wa naman sa ilahang tribe, so they go to the other tribe to kanang mumari sila og kanang kuan, muminyo sila og ilahang mga other tribe ba, depends on basta never ka mo gawa sa imong tribe yun. So this is what happened by Boaz nga gi-redeem niya, because that is the commandment of Elohim in the Torah. Commandment na sa Elohim nga ikaw mo redeem ka sa imuhang fellow nimo brothers, nga di na mo spread iyang hair kay wala man siya lalaki. So now this is ang usa nga perfect nga kwan ni Boaz, that he By faith pud siya, because it is written in the Torah that you cannot kanang kuan Moabite maya na si kuan, forbidden na siya sa mo join sa kanang kuan mo fellowship sa kanang mga kuan, ang mga Moabite sa dili na giadalaw sa Elohim. But by faith ang unsay may gikuan gi-follow ni Boaz ang commandment sa Elohim nga mo redeem ka sa house of Naomi, because he will not just redeem the house of Naomi, because naaman si Ruth niya, he has also to redeem ni Ruth. So naay deeper story ana nga ngano si Ruth, nagkuan siya, gisugo siya ni Naomi nga mo adto siya sa nay mga deep kay Hebrew man gud ang story. I will share that because there's somebody who make study for that. So wala pa na ako mabasa, but I will share that soon, nga kanang kabahin anang iyahang katong pagtulog bitaw ni sa feet sa kuan ni Boaz, nga kuan siya ba, nagpamhumiliate siya siyang kaugalingon para lang jud nga maano siya ba, I don't know for what reason, but we have to know about the tradition of the Judah to know kung unsa gyud purpose now related pud sa kuan kanang Hebrew understanding. So now mo to si Ruth, manong perfect man siya nga kanang related to the Shavuot, because as I said, is a wheat, and then is also the picture of Naomi as a Judah, and the picture of Ruth as from the house of Israel, in the two houses nga gi-redeem ni Boaz. Si Boaz with a perfect picture of Mashiach nga siya mo'y nagkanang redeem sa duha ka houses. So that is a very nice story. So now why is it sa wheat? So mo to ang kabahin sa harvest sa parable ni Yeshua concerning sa the wheat, di ba? Concerning sa wheat. So it was the harvest time. Nag-harvest sila, then they throw. Mo na siya nakanindot kay ang sa Torah is to elevate, to wave offering with the 2 loaves of bread. Kanang 2 loaves of bread ba, duha ka loaves sa bread nga iana sa i-present sa high priest nga to sa temple. Mo na siya perfect with leaven. So this is why ang leaven nagpa-picture na siya og immortal life nga body, because at Pisak we eat without leaven. Without leaven, right? So dito was represent without sin. Without sin. So ngano man sa wheat naa naman siya leaven. It is because ngano na leaven? It is because ang process sa wheat ang process sa wheat nga to make a flour is a very very hard process. So kana siya, if you understand ang pagproseso sa kanang kuan sa wheat, from the grain gikan sa iyang shop, cycle na siya nimo, isanggot tapos imo nang naon nimo para mataktak ng kuan, makuha tong kuan katong mga iyabang shop man tay tawag ana, dahil kanang kuan tipasi niya napay mga kanang tipasi grabe ang process ana, ilan ang bulad-bulalan. Mao po na sa life sa believer, ang ma-life sa believer kanang na siya, kanang moagi kag mga kanang kasakit ba. The life of Yeshua is like so also nga how much he is kanang muna siya og kanang kuan kanang muna siya og beaten sa kanang iyang life. He was beaten a lot sa iyang life. This why nga na ang process sa mga believers katong mag-sink, di ba? It's written in Amos nga i-sift niya. Saanon ka diha? Saanon ka? I-sifting ka sa kanang matangtang ng mga mahibilin na jud ang grain. Plus ang grain, imo ba i-grind pag yun na usa na siya mahimong kanang kuan. Kanang mahimong flour. Usa na siya mahimong flour. Imo nang i-crush nimo ang grain in order nga mahimo na siyang flour. So ingana po ang life na to mga believer. Mga believer, the house of Israel, Judah and Israel must go through a hard way in order to kanang mahimo kang representable ka nga bread ngadto sa Elohim. Ikaw mo as a i-represent ang leaven, nga ang leaven mao ang kuan, i-represent siya sa kanang mortal life. Because sa bread naman, you make a bread as two. The two bread is represent the two houses, the house of Judah and the house of Israel. Nga i-present ngadto sa Elohim, what Elohim required to the priest, the high priest mo kuan na mo unsay nga na ana ba mo wave siya, wave offering ngadto sa Elohim. So you see, the two houses, it means ang two houses is complete na siya. Complete na siya. So, mo na nga beautiful kayo ng story nga related siya sa Shavuot because of the feast of wheat. Because of the wheat. The wheat, number one, you see the parable sa kanang kuan, sa daghang symbol sa Shavuot. So you know, Shavuot was in the Torah was they were receiving the matan, it was the matan Torah or receiving of the Torah in the Mount Sinai. It was Shavuot. They received the Torah, not just the Ten Commandments. Don't say that the Ten Commandments, the Torah of Moses. They call what is the Torah of Moses, which is the 5 books of Moses. So, mo ni nag-represent sa Torah, not just the Ten Commandments. You are wrong. Because the Torah is an instruction of life. You will not understand that the mga wording sa mga apostle ni Yeshua kung dili ka mag-learn og study sa Judaism. You can, although wala sila pakakuha ni Mashiach, they are still blind as Shaul say blind. The blindness means wa pa sila ni Mashiach ba? Because the moment they will be open sa ilang eyes nga mao nay Mashiach, like many of the Jew who received the revelation of Yeshua, they are very excited because makita nila kung unsa ka nindot ang revelation sa Elohim nila. Nga siya gud real Mashiach. So, mao na nga karon sa atong time, so mao na nga i-relate na to ang atong lives as how the process of the wheat grain to become a flour. It's not an easy, ha? I tell you, it's not an easy. Pero challenging life kay ngano og ikaw imong sa imong kasing-kasing dedicated nimo imong life para niya, dili ka selfish sa imong kaugalingon, you always imo nang relation kun na siya unique nga na siya nga relation nimo nga dili na physical imong relationship niya sa Elohim, it is sa imuha na in deep in heart na nimo nga relationship. So mo na nga walay kapag ikaw nag-follow ka sa Torah, meditate ka sa Torah, then you will see in the life of Mashiach, that is your testimony. Testimony nimo ni Yeshua. You cannot testify ni Yeshua kung you don't know the Torah. You cannot. You have to testify by through the word of the Torah. Because dito nimo makita ang work sa Elohim, how He loved Israel. Dito na nimo makita nimo sa life ni Yeshua. This why ang doctrine ni Yeshua is the Torah. He is a Yehudi. So, Yehudi and the Torah will not separate from both. So, not that Yeshua was never teach the 10 Commandments. No. The life of the Judaism, the life of Judah is nakakuha na siya sa Torah. Nakabound na siya sa Torah. Because that is what is given unto them. So we go back, like in Ruth, we claim back to the community of Judah to embrace the life of the Judah. No, because they are our brethren. So we cannot kita mag-superior kay kita mga hintil ta nga kita nangasalaag ta before, the same of the the prodigal son. Kita mga sila nagdako sila sa Torah, kita wa ta magdako sa Torah kay kita before pila pa ta ka years nga naglakaw, wa pa gani ta ingon nga ni tinubdan sa ato ang pagtuon sa Torah, very far kay na nga learning. So there is counterfight from that. So mo na nga ang life ni Ruth is about imuna. Nag-imuna siya kay ikaw mismo mo uban ka nga unsa may ako makuha ning Naomi dito sa ilahang community. So may makuha na ko ani wa na ni sedya mo. So mas bali siguro balik ko sa ko ang pamilya kay ngano okay pa dito. So you are free, di ba? You are free, it's a free will. So you are free to do what you want. Wa nay mo strict nimo unsay mong buhaton. I-compare nimo mo ato ka sa the family of Judah. So naagyo na yung mga fence because the fence is the Torah. Na yung mga instruction, the commandments. So moto giredeem ni buwas ang kuan silang duha. Is a picture of Judah and the house of Israel. Na double purpose na kang Naomi nga sa story, double purpose na siya kay tungod sa iyahang kanang kuan, iyahang katong pag ano ba pagtawag niya ni Ruth ba. So mato by faith gyapon, by faith si Ruth, by faith siyang ni uban ni kanang kuan ni Naomi, and si Boaz pod by faith pod siya nga gi-redeem niya si Naomi with Ruth nga iyang mahimong asawa. Can you imagine na Moabite? Dili na gusto ng mga Hudiyo muminyo og mga kanang mga taga-nasod kay dili na sa bawal na sa Torah, bawal na sa mga nations nila, bawal na. So this is why nga kanang by faith pod ang gibuhat ni Boaz, he obey the commandment of Elohim to redeem sa para mo extend ang ano ba, ang kung mo continually mo continue ang seed ni sa life ni sa family ni Naomi asa kuan namatyan man siya. So that was the story about. So the same po na nato ang atong life, i-relate nato ang ato ang life asa wheat nga the proseso sa wheat ngadto as a kanang kuan ngadto as to become a flour ka, perfect bread na ka. Why is perfect bread naman ka? Because what is the bread of life? Is it not the Torah? Who is the bread of life? It is not Yeshua. Yes, it is Yeshua. Si Yeshua ang perfect, the bread of life. What does they eat in the wilderness? It was the manna, the bread of life. So ikaw, by eating the bread by the Torah sa imong kinabuhi, kuan kay bitin ka nya na ba nya na why man gud kinahanglan na paantuson ako ang the question, why man bata pa ang paantuson ta sa Elohim, why man ta paantuson niya nga para in order ta nga nganong lisod man kayo pasukon ang muka mo reach out ta sa Elohim ngano man to be his perfect bride ngadto sa Elohim ngano man nanong lisod man kayo paantuson man ta sa Elohim. Why? You have to know the root of the problem. The root of the problem was in the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden is the root of all of the problem. Because we are in the world of the double entity, which is the knowledge of good, which represent the knowledge of evil and good. Ang kining good na to is nagrepresent ni siya sa kuani sa Nishama sa Elohim, which is mo na siya infinite nga dili ta, as Shaul said, we breathe, we live in him. It is written in Corinthians somewhere nga kita mo na good side sa Elohim, but ang atong bad side is ang mao ni ang naaki ni atong flesh mo ni mga carnal na to, fleshy mga lust na to is from the world nga ma-attract ni siya sa kalibutanon. So kini mga kalibutanon, who is the God of this world, mao nay gustong tangtangon sa Elohim. An mo pa tigbabaw ang iyahang Torah mo'y abundan sa kinabuhi sa tao. Kay mao nay gusto niya nga kita we're always connected in the presence of Elohim. He will not believe the body, the house as his temple. Ikaw usa ka sa iyang templo nga ikaw nag in between ka, you're like into 2 feet. You're in the world, the same time we're in the it doesn't work. Kay pag once dili gud ta mo dili ta mo workout kana karon, dili ta mo workout anang kuan mo biya ta sa kanang unsay mga kalibutanon, di kita mag-workout ana. It is Elohim world. Kung ikaw pinangga ka sa Elohim, siya mo'y mutangtang ana. And you know, if it is siya mo'y mutangtang, very very painful na. We have to beat ourselves to work out ana. Kay og dili kita makahimo ana, ang Elohim gyud mo beat ana. Ang Elohim gyud mo tangtang ana. Ang giingon niya, in the Jacob's trouble, he said in Jeremiah 30 that I will yung nakayugo ni Jacob ba? Nakayugo ni Jacob, which is the Esau. It was Esau who yoke in the neck of Yaakov. So mo na itang tangon sa Elohim, what does he mean in Esau? Esau is represent the fleshy man, carnal man, nga iyahang desire is only mga earthly things lang. So mo na itang tangon sa life ni Jacob. So the same po na sa iyang mga katawan, iyan ang idisiplina iyang mga katawan para malimpyo ang back to the purity nga magpabilin ang good sa life sa iyahang mga katawhan. Wala na magtunob sa mga yutanon nga butang. So that is a very very difficult kayo nga i-follow nimo. But it's a question of discipline sa atong life ug sa life journey nato as you are working, studying, learning, and applying the Torah in your life. So mao na siya napaka-lisod na siya. But kanang rewarding po na siya sa time nga syempre abot 1,000 years ang reward sa Elohim sa reign ni Yeshua. So karon pila ra may edad na to? Ako edad ko 44. Walayo ra na sa abundance nga igabot ni Yeshua because Yeshua also represent like in the life of Joseph is abundance of what? Abundance of food. Now is not at the same time physical food and the spiritual. Everything will be open up ang kabahin sa mga misteryo sa Torah because Yeshua will give us understanding we will learn in the step of him. Okay, shalom shalom. So that is the life of the in Shavuot. So I'm sorry sa uban nga nga 7 month mo balik si Bisaya. No, I don't think so 7 month kay tungod iwa ta kay bag-on say no na ay the redemption of Elohim to the whole house of Israel is collective. So ayaw mo paghimo-himo injo duha diya nga kamo gikan mo sa mga nasod nga mura nagkamo na kinamahuan mo interpret sa Torah. No. The last redemption is in Judah. Si Judah mo i-redeem sa Elohim. The last redemption after sa mga goyim. The coming in of the nation. So we have to be collectively together para ma-redeem ta. So this why we come as one in together with our brethren Judah nga mo celebrate og Shavuot. Okay? Shalom, shalom.